𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 sips iced chocolate, a sweet contrast to his lethal, predatory aura. Handing her a card, he asks for her price. She hesitates, her request bordering on insanity. A civilian seeking a private army. Desperation pushed her into the lion's den. "Marry me," she declares. He freezes, laughing at the sheer absurdity of her madness. She is dead serious. Only a man this reckless could survive the storm she is bringing. 2 billion won, half upfront. A king's ransom for a contract with the devil. 1 year of absolute protection. He smirks. Does that include sharing a bed? Her sharp retort makes him roar with laughter. Fine. It is a deal, little bride. Lee Raya. To the world, she is an heiress. To history, she is a ghost. Her mother was a goddess of the canvas, a celestial talent who captivated all Korea. Chased by countless elites, she chose the powerful Lee Jung-won as her final muse. After the wedding, the legend vanished. A gilded cage silenced her brilliance. She returned with masterpieces that shook the globe. Then, tragedy struck like lightning. A cold studio, a final, silent breath. The artist chose an eternal sleep. The cameras feasted on young Raya, found standing frozen before her mother's cooling body. Through the media firestorm, her father remained chillingly silent, a wall of stone. 10 years later, 𝒂𝒌𝒆 mocks her. Why serve coffee when you have 2 billion? To stay sane, she whispers. A thin veil for her shattered world. She pivots quickly. Why so early? She asks. He ignores her, asking if her father approved this union. He will never agree, she admits. Her father is her greatest predator. A war has begun. 2 billion should not be easy money, he muses, his eyes darkening with intent. Why the casual tone, he asks. She smirks. Because you are younger than me, boy. You are just an old lady acting young, he teases, a dangerous glint in his gaze. Want me to call you darling? Honey? Or maybe? Nuna? Just use my name. He slides a photo over. Do you know this rat tailing me? Her blood turns to ice. That is one of her father's most ruthless shadows. Looks like I am protecting my wife from a monster of a father-in-law, he chuckles. She nods slowly. I am going to ruin his plans. Keep me alive for 1 year, 𝒂𝒌𝒆. He moves like a blur. Your acting is pathetic, he tells the stalker. The man stutters, but 𝒂𝒌𝒆's aura is suffocating. Leave or get arrested. Your choice. Seconds later, the merc strikes. Brutal, precise, merciless. Raya sighs, calculating the repair costs for the cafe's destroyed piece. He cleans his knuckles. I think I scared the customers away. Desperate, the spy draws steel. A fatal mistake against a living weapon. 𝒂𝒌𝒆 draws his weapon faster. The man cowers. I am parched. Another iced chocolate, please? She knew he was a beast, but seeing him hunt is terrifyingly beautiful. Calling him a lunatic? That is an understatement. He is an enigma of violence and sugar. How many chocolates can one man drink? Are we going home now? She asks, trying to find her footing. Too dangerous. Your house is a trap. They vanish into the city's neon veins. Let her father pay for the damage. He started this war, after all. To our honeymoon suite, then, he grins. The fake marriage begins. He dismisses her job hunt, warning her that her working days are officially over. She refuses to hide, but he suggests a secluded life. She craves the world. He craves her safety. With a playful smirk, she dares him to follow her and watch her work. A sudden question about her habits is cut short. Her dark past is finally calling. Her father's voice booms through the speaker, demanding her immediate surrender and return home. That cold voice. It triggers a sudden shiver of suffocating, unpleasant memories. Like a poisonous flower, his overwhelming presence used to choke the very air around her. She remembers her mother, a pure, radiant soul stained by his devastating shadow. A warm hand snaps her back to reality. He refuses to move. He's not going anywhere. She cuts her father off, throwing his own cold philosophy back in his face. She finally understands love, or at least, the perfect lie to secure her freedom. With a trembling heart, she declares her fake devotion. She can't live without this dangerous stranger. She vows to protect him, apologizing for a rebellion she never intended to stop. Her father's scoff is sharp. He demands to know what she thinks she is doing. 𝒂𝒌𝒆 wrenches the phone away, his voice dripping with mock respect. Hello, father. Father-in-law, he corrects, as the chairman offers cold, hard cash to make him vanish. However, the mercenary just laughs. He rejects the bribe. He earns more than enough to keep his wife satisfied and safe. The chairman roars, questioning his identity. The mercenary doesn't even blink as he answers. Chairman Lee of Day Construction. He ends the call with a chilling promise to visit later. Crash! He hurls her phone into the car trailing them, shattering their connection to the world. He reveals the truth. That vehicle belongs to her father. They are being hunted. The phone was a tracker. He destroyed it to disappear. Who are you? She gasps. I'm your husband, he grins. To her, it's the most dangerous joke in the world. To outsiders, it looks like a whirlwind romance. To her, it's a desperate, calculated gamble. Every other firm crumbled under her father's shadow. No one else dared to protect her, except him. Among a sea of cowards, 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 was the only fearless beast, a wild card who thrives on chaos and dances on the edge of death. She expected a bodyguard, but she hired a beautiful, reckless monster. Why doesn't he fear the most powerful man in the country? What is he hiding? He could take the bribe and retire. Why stay in this deadly game for her? When she asks, his eyes glint with a dark, terrifyingly amused light. To him, an old tycoon is boring. She is the ultimate entertainment. Are you insane? She whispers. Billions are on the line, and he's just playing. He doesn't deny it. He just laughs a sound that confirms her worst fears. In his world, everyone knows the truth. 𝒂𝒂𝒌𝒆 is a total, beautiful lunatic. Suddenly, his gaze sharpens. He realizes his client isn't the fragile doll he expected. Why aren't you afraid of me? He asks, leaning into her personal space. She doesn't flinch. In her world, there are demons far worse than him. He presses for her goal. Why risk everything for this rebellion? I just want to paint. The mercenary falls silent, stunned by her simple truth. For security, he drags her to his personal lair, a high-rise fortress in the sky. It's supposed to be a fake home, but the sheer reality of it hits her hard. A penthouse in the clouds? This isn't the home of a simple soldier of fortune. It's too grand for a one-year lie. Just how much is this mercenary really worth? Her eyes roam the suite until his voice cuts through her focus. He asks why she's frozen there, beckoning her inside. She wonders how a mercenary lives like royalty. He just smirks. What's that tone? Are you jealous of my home? Leaning close, he whispers that they could always put her name on the deed. She doesn't blink. If you're offering, I want the whole thing, not just a share. She tells him to get dressed, yet her mind is racing with dark suspicions. It isn't just the luxury, it's that a man like him belongs in this world. A marriage without trust is a tragedy. He sighs before offering a cold explanation. He warns her about the hidden cameras. The house is watching. Keep that in mind. The second floor is strictly off-limits. It's dangerous territory, so stay downstairs unless you're invited. The first floor is hers. As he heads up to wash, she begins her investigation. Stepping onto the balcony, the cold wind carries her back to a bitter past. Her father always called his control love. For years, she believed that poison. She was the perfect, obedient puppet, twisting herself to fit his cruel demands. At the atelier, the truth shattered her. He only ever truly loved her mother. Now, she's stripping away every label that ever held her down. Not a daughter, not an heiress, only 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆's wife. That is her new identity. Evening falls as 𝒂𝒂𝒌𝒆 takes a call from Cho-jong, his gaze fixed on nothing. What are you doing? Chung asks. Gwon's voice is sharp. I'm working a job. Chong warns that Schmidt is in chaos, screaming for his immediate return to duty. Gwon laughs it off. He knows he vanished without leaving a single trace behind. Are the rumors real? Did you really take a contract for 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆's little girl? Her name, Gwon growls, is Lee Raya. Get it right next time. I'm marrying her for $2 billion. Chong goes silent, his mind completely blown. Gwon doesn't wait for him to recover. He has a favor to ask. This situation is rotting from the inside. Something feels dangerously wrong here. This isn't just a fake marriage anymore. He thought she was just a rebel. But the deeper he digs, the more the shadows begin to move. Her stepfather's obsession with her is far beyond any normal parental concern. It's a sick, calculated control. There is a dark secret hidden behind the scenes. Then there's the lie. Raya claims she has never smoked a day in her life. It sounds small, but he knows better. He was the one who taught her. You knew her before? Chong asks. Gwon stays silent, burying the past again. What kind of nonsense is this? Chong snaps, frustrated by the lack of answers. Gwon cuts him off. Get to Korea. Help me, and that sapphire is yours. The mention of the jewel works like a charm. Chong's tone changes instantly. Count me in. I'll have a team ready to move by tonight. Still, Chong wonders. Bodyguard work? Marriage? None of this is Gwon's style. He's not a man who does things for money or leads a normal life. His world is the red zone, where life and death are separated by a heartbeat. Why this? Gwon gives a simple, chilling answer. Because it's finally getting interesting. She's a sheltered princess, Gwon. Don't go too hard on her, Chong warns. Gwon hangs up. His mind is already dissecting the mystery of Lee Raya. The sun rises on a new morning. Raya explores the kitchen, but when she opens the freezer, she finds a nightmare. Cigarettes? She scoffs. Now certain 𝒂𝒂𝒌𝒆 is purely insane. She scans the kitchen, desperately hoping for some cereal. Suddenly, the mercenary looms behind her with a smirk. She glares, demanding the half-naked man cover himself immediately. However, he dismisses her, claiming comfort is his only house rule. Shifting gears, he asks what she's hunting for instead. He offers ice cream as a valid breakfast substitute. Her frustration peaks. He is actually serious about this. Fed up, she decides they are eating out today. She lists her favorite meal, feeling her tastes are ancient. "What do you hate?" he asks. "Flowers," she spits. Ironically, her name Raya means blooming flowers, a name from a town where blossoms never died. But those petals hid a dark, suffocating family secret. That garden was where her mother ended her life. A final curse. "You will end up just like me." Now, every scent reminds her only of that tragedy. Shaking off the ghosts, she focuses on the present. "Get ready, we are shopping for all the essentials." She pauses. "And I need to borrow a shirt." He smirks. "Only if you call me honey, wife?" She freezes. He insists they must practice their charade. This fake marriage was meant to be a shield. She never expected a husband this dangerous or unhinged. Elsewhere, Lee Yong-won digs into the man's history. The files confirm he is a legendary, high-tier mercenary. He is brilliant, lethal, and completely out of his mind. Rejected by governments, he is a ghost in the system. Money does not move him, only his whims matter. His agency, Darrow, is an untouchable fortress of power. Jong-won frowns. Who is this monster, really? The terrifying truth. 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 is a completely fabricated identity. Director Park whispers a cunning, sinister new strategy. A dark smile spreads. They will follow the shadow. After their meal, Raya settles the expensive restaurant bill. Drowning in his oversized shirt, she feels strangely protected. Suddenly, a fake, bright voice calls out from across. Her cousin, Lee Shan, approaches with a plastic smile, the daughter of the man trying to steal her throne. Her uncle was cast aside, leaving him bitter. Shan is a spy, hidden behind a mask of friendship. Every word she hears is reported back to headquarters. 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 casually suggests a permanent, lethal solution for her. "Do you want to go to prison?" she asks. Silence hangs heavy between them. Seon steps forward with a fake smile, questioning why Raya's been dodging her persistent phone calls. Raya fires back, asking if they ever shared a bond worth maintaining in the first place. Feigning relief, Seon offers a shallow apology before locking her predatory eyes onto the mysterious man standing by Raya's side. The air shifts instantly. Raya recognizes that her cousin is strictly on a fishing expedition for gossip. As Raya stays silent, 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 seizes the moment, boldly declaring himself as her official husband. Before Seon can even blink, he drops another bombshell. They officially registered their marriage only 2 days ago. He pulls Raya close, planting a sudden kiss on her cheek. Seon's mask slips before she quickly regains her composure. With a forced grin, she tells 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 to protect Raya, subtly hinting that her cousin's cold exterior hides a fragile heart. Suddenly, Seon goes for the jugular, bringing up Raya's painful history of being hospitalized in a psychiatric ward. She plays innocent, assuming a loving husband would already know all of her cousin's dark little secrets. Unfazed, 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 looks Raya dead in the eye and asks if she's actually losing her mind. Then, he shrugs, claiming he's just as unhinged himself. Truly, they were made for each other in hell. His gaze turns razor-sharp as he asks Seon if she's curious about his own mental diagnosis. He admits his only real issue is his terrifying talent for making people disappear without feeling a shred of remorse. He claims they once locked him up for it, but eventually, they released him back into society out of sheer pity. A lethal smirk dances on his lips, sending ice through Seon's veins. As his hidden threat lands, she begins to tremble. He laughs it off instantly, dismissing his dark warning as nothing more than the mindless ramblings of a troubled lunatic. Terrified to the core, Seon cuts the act and flees toward her car as fast as her legs can carry her. Watching the rat run, 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 turns to Raya and asks if they can finally resume their shopping date. Raya stares at him, her voice trembling but firm as she insists she's perfectly sane and normal. He meets her gaze and simply agrees. A strange electric spark suddenly ignites within her chest at his simple reassurance. Her whole life had been an exhausting, lonely battle just to prove she wasn't broken. Yet, 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 speaks it like it's a simple fact. For the first time, she actually starts to believe it herself. Overflowing with gratitude, she thanks him for the comfort and for scaring off her cousin. He tenderly cradles her face. A devilish smirk plays on his lips as he calls her adorable. Meanwhile, in her car, Seon is having a breakdown. As her mother calls, Seon's composure shatters into a fit of hysterical, uncontrollable sobbing. Her mother panics, but Seon wails that Raya has finally gone off the deep end with a complete madman. She tries to describe Raya's companion, but words fail to capture the overwhelming, suffocating pressure of his intense presence. He was lethally handsome, radiating a savage, predatory charm that demanded absolute attention from everyone around him. Her mother falls silent, sneering that Raya is truly becoming just like her scandalous mother after all. She played the Ice Queen, but now her true, thirsty nature is finally coming to light for everyone to see. With a cold glint in her eye, the mother decides they must visit Raya's father together immediately. Seon pauses, her mind spinning, before claiming she's finally figured out exactly who Raya's husband truly is. While Raya browses high-end fashion, 𝑭𝒂𝒌 watches her with amusement, remarking on her expensive taste and major flex. He smirks, wondering if she's gone broke after paying him that astronomical sum for their marriage contract. He asks if her father cut her off, and Raya admits her bank cards were frozen ages ago. But she isn't worried. She has a hidden fortune from her late mother's legendary paintings that belongs solely to her. Still, she has no intention of living off her inheritance forever. She'll work and sell her own art, seeking a peaceful, ordinary life once this fake marriage finally ends. She notices the staff whispering, their eyes glued to 𝑭𝒂𝒌's striking, rugged figure with intense, unhidden curiosity. It's no surprise. Standing next to a man like him means being trapped in the spotlight whether she likes it. His raw, muscular build and overwhelming aura make him an impossible force for anyone in the room to ignore. He possesses a magnetic gravity that naturally commands every single eye in the vicinity. Seeing him distract the staff, a sudden spark of inspiration hits her. She calls his name softly to draw him in. Locking eyes with the dangerous mercenary, she casually asks if he'll serve as her new painting model. Back home, Raya prepares dinner while 𝑭𝒂𝒌 teases her about being a nude model. She fires back a sharp glare. Brandishing a sharp knife, she threatens him. He just laughs, finding her spirit absolutely intoxicating. Declaring the end of instant meals, she takes command of the kitchen to cook real food. Over dinner, the mercenary's gaze lingers on her as he reveals he has brought her gifts. He hands her a tracking-enabled phone and a massive high-end diamond wedding ring. He demands she wears it constantly, a permanent mark of his protection that must never be removed. If a ring isn't enough, he darkly suggests a tracking chip under her skin. Sensing his dangerous obsession, Raya chooses the ring without a second thought. Next, he provides a black market stun gun, warning her of its lethal power. She accepts, familiar with such weapons, before the topic shifts back to her art. She isn't seeking a simple portrait, but the raw, chaotic energy he exudes. She needs to observe his every move, sketching the shadows of his soul. When he asks why him, she replies it's everything. His entire presence moved her. He jokes about seduction, but Raya is consumed by a long-lost artistic fire. For the first time in years, a genuine inspiration burns within her heart. She pleads for him to model, even offering a fee, desperate to capture his essence. Amused by her unique taste, he tells her to forget about the money. He'll deduct it from his $2 billion commission, but he wants one favor. Intertwining his fingers with hers, he asks for just one drink in her company. The moment shatters when his phone rings, his warmth turning to ice instantly. His voice turns lethal as he warns the caller against rushing a man like him. It was her father, demanding a meeting to discuss their pre-engagement terms. Raya asks if he'll actually go. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 grins. This game is getting fun. He meets the father, effortlessly parrying every insult with cold, mercenary charm. By the end, a formal dinner is set at Dia's hotel for 1 week later. That night, he gallantly opens her door, asking about her new cafe job. She's hired, finally escaping the suffocating walls of her father's shadow. He teases that she owes him a feast with her first paycheck, and she agrees. Suddenly, he announces his departure for Incheon Airport to collect his deadly reinforcements, to dismantle her father's empire. He needs more than just his own blade. Don't go anywhere, he commands, promising to introduce his elite team soon. He assures her that these men are the most reliable killers in the field. He'll cover the exorbitant costs. Her only job is to stay safe and peaceful. Raya realizes he's assembling an entire army just to shield her. Between the mercenaries and the $2 billion fee, his expenses are astronomical. After seeing that diamond ring, she knows money means nothing. She asks about dinner. He looks back, requesting a hearty meat dish for his return. Once alone, Raya finally sits before a canvas, her hands trembling with excitement. This fake contract has gifted her the peace and inspiration she once lost. She recalls his nude model joke with a smile, until a knock interrupts her. Expecting her art supplies, she moves toward the door without fear. A voice demands a signature. Hesitating slightly, Raya slowly pulls the door open. A hand lunges out. Instantly, she jams the stun gun into the intruder's ribs. As the man collapses, 𝑭𝒂𝒌's laughter erupts nearby. He was testing her survival instincts. Well done, he grins. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 orders the man to stop playing dead. This is Cho Young, the elite mercenary arriving from overseas. Reiwa watches in silence, realizing their first encounter was an absolute disaster. Cho Young smirks at 𝑭𝒂𝒌, impressed by the fire in Reiwa's eyes. He notes that most people freeze in terror during an attack, regardless of their training. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 defends her grit. Young admits he only tried to rattle her to test the spoiled heiress. After seeing her resolve, he understands why she is feared as a total lunatic. He laughs heartily, officially crowning them the underworld's most dangerous lunatic couple. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 demands a real apology. Later, they analyze the haunting files of 𝑭𝒂𝒌's final works. Jung sighs, mourning the tragic waste of such a breathtaking, legendary talent. Even those who know nothing of art can feel the raw power in her brushstrokes. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 stares at the canvas, sensing a provocative darkness that feels almost predatory. The art is magnetic, yet the gloomy themes clash violently with the artist's public persona. She was a creature of light and glamour. These shadows shouldn't belong to her. Young points out that her final masterpiece was buried under a mountain of vicious criticism. For an artist used to adoration, this sudden public execution was likely unbearable. Rumors suggest this crushing backlash is what finally drove her to take her own life. The painting is a chaotic nightmare of blood-red flowers drowning in thick, unsettling layers of oil. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 notices something chilling. The style is a perfect replica, but the soul is missing. It lacks the devastating emotional pull that made her previous works legendary. Jung agrees. The divine spark that defined her genius has completely vanished from the canvas. It feels like a fraud. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 wonders, was Reiwa the ghostwriter behind the masterpiece? The suspicion is heavy. This entire request has been draped in deception from the start. The deeper they dig into the construction and the artist, the more the conspiracy bleeds. He looks at Reiwa, a woman betting billions and a fake marriage to escape her stepfather. Meanwhile, her stepfather is obsessed with blocking every path to her freedom. The key to this lethal web of lies is hidden within those mysterious paintings. If Reiwa truly held the brush, this fake marriage just became a very real target. He wonders if her stepfather is hiding her out of a twisted sense of protection. Someone is lying. Jung warns him not to trust a single word, Reiwa says. He questions her past sanity, suspecting she is far more unstable than she appears. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 snaps back, defending her. Then, he casually mentions their upcoming engagement ceremony. Jung nearly chokes in shock. Is he really involving his family in this dangerous charade? 𝑭𝒂𝒌 chuckles darkly. He is an orphan. There are no family ghosts to haunt them. Jung realizes 𝑭𝒂𝒌 is an enigma. He bows low, offering Reiwa a sincere, formal apology. Flustered by his sudden respect, she tells him such heavy formality isn't necessary. Over dinner, he shares his story. He isn't a frontline brawler, but he can hold his own. His true genius lies in the cold steel of firearms and complex machine repairs. He's assembled a specialized protection squad, and 2 more lethal ghosts are already en route. They are survivors of the desert. Reiwa worries if she can afford this growing army. Jung reassures her. The others have their own business. Guarding her is just a side hustle. He winks, crediting their presence to the influence of her devoted contract husband. 𝑭𝒂𝒌 turns to her, his gaze intense, asking if she truly finds him reliable. She nods without a second thought, then playfully asks where he learned to swear so fluently. He shrugs with a smirk. Some talents are just born in the blood. They were childhood neighbors in Seoul. Fate, it seems, has a very twisted sense of humor. Savoring the ice cream, she finds it to be the perfect reward after a heavy meal. Ignoring his previous insults about it being old-fashioned, she playfully offers him a taste. He agrees, but suddenly seizes her hand and eats directly from her portion with intense eye contact. She stares at her ruined treat in shock, but he confidently vows to buy her another. He mentions a colleague is busy upstairs before asking if she dares to join him on the 2nd floor. She nods, and he lets out a teasing smirk, wondering what she'll do if he lets her pass. She mentions drinks, but he shuts it down, reminding her this is strictly her professional modeling fee. As she fumbles for words, he suddenly uses her nickname, Yet, which translates to pretty crazy. He smirks at the wild title, while she consoles herself that at least pretty is in there. His gaze turns sharp and predatory as he steps closer, asking if she truly feels safe around him. Meeting his heavy gaze without flinching, she firmly declares that he is her only ally. His voice drops to a dangerous rumble, clarifying he isn't talking about safety, but his desires as a man. Tilting his head, he asks with a dark glint what she would do if he kissed her right now. She blinks, genuinely baffled why he's making such a dramatic fuss over a simple kiss. She starts explaining that even in a fake marriage, such trivial things shouldn't matter this much. He suddenly pulls her flesh against his chest, growling that a mere kiss would never be enough for him. The next day, the mercenary goes undercover as a customer to guard her at her new job. As she works the floor, her mind keeps drifting back to the heat of last night's encounter. She wonders if he's already forgotten, or if she's the only one haunted by those words. He was definitely emotional. His warning about the kiss not being the end echoes in her soul. There's no mistaking his intent. He wants her. But why would a man like him choose his employer? Despite his impulsive aura, she knows he is a man who calculates every move with lethal precision. He understands the dangerous complications of shattering the boundary between boss and employee. Yet, despite the risks, he is intentionally choosing to pull her into his orbit. This wasn't the first day she imagined. Suddenly, the door chime snaps her back to reality. A man enters with a rough, threatening aura that screams trouble. He looks like a total thug. Her instincts flare. Could her father have sent this man? The thug's eyes lock onto her with malice. A sickening smirk curls on his lips as he comments that the new part-timer is quite a beauty. When he demands her number, she glances at her protector before coolly stating she is already married. He scoffs, calling her a lying college student, and aggressively insists on becoming more than friends. She firmly warns him that her husband has a short fuse, just as the mercenary finally intervenes. With cold indifference, he warns the thug that his wife has a lunatic husband and should leave now. The man spits out insults, but the dangerous soldier doesn't even blink at the empty threats. She reassures him she's fine, worried his interference might get her fired on her very first day. Memories of past job disasters flash through her mind, making her fear history is repeating itself. But he remains calm, assuring her that her job is safe. The thug, however, keeps pushing his luck. Losing patience, the mercenary moves with lightning speed, sending the harasser crashing to the floor. Turning back to her, he reveals the truth. She isn't the employee here, she is the boss. He casually explains he bought the entire cafe the day she interviewed just to give her a sanctuary. He teases that if she hates being the owner, he'll just call her his most outstanding employee. Dazed, she asks if violence, money, and kissing are the only ways he knows how to work. He laughs, pointing out a crucial detail: he hasn't actually kissed her yet. With a provocative grin, he asks if she wants to start now. She frantically locks the door. Her heart hammers against her ribs as her face flushes. This situation is pure, unadulterated madness. She should definitely reject this insanity, but the words leaving her lips say something entirely different. She demands to know what he meant by more than a kiss. His eyes darken, whispering he'll endure. For now. He's mastered a dangerous patience. In that silence, a chilling truth finally dawns on her. She is helplessly drawn to him, craving his wild unpredictability and raw energy. It's a forbidden thrill she never expected. Before she can think, their lips collide. The spark ignites into a soul-searing kiss. Breathless, she finally shoves him back, desperate to reclaim her shattered composure. Glancing at the unconscious thug, she shakily asks when he will finally wake up. 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 shrugs, saying he'll be out for a day. She warns against his violent ways. Her thoughts spiral. Did she really let that happen? The memory burns in her mind. Flushed with shame, she asks if she bit him too hard while resisting him. He just smirks, mocking her tiny teeth for failing to even leave a mark. Instead, he tells her to do better next time. She snaps back, vowing there won't be one. The owner was too eager to hire her. Now, the dark truth finally comes out. Guan bought the cafe before she even applied. Soon, the family meeting day arrives. While getting ready, she finds the freezer overflowing with her favorite ice cream. He bought it all. Under that beastly exterior, he is surprisingly, hauntingly considerate. Regarding the cafe, she realizes he didn't just dump the burden onto her. He secretly hired a veteran manager with a massive salary to handle everything. He gave her the title without the stress, letting her work peacefully each morning. He built a sanctuary for her, yet he still terrifies the rest of the world. His aura of violence and unpredictable temper keep everyone else trembling in fear. But he doesn't fear Lee Jung-won. He alone told her she was normal. No one had ever believed that before. Yet, he said it without hesitation. That realization shakes her. His unrestrained nature is waking something dangerous within her. It's a lethal attraction. She fears he might shatter her already fragile stability. Lost in thought, she barely notices when 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆 suddenly looms over her. He casually asks if she saw the treats he bought for her. She corrects his pronunciation. He just shrugs, butchering the name with a smirk. She looks away, refusing to waste another breath, correcting his stubborn behavior. He ignores her, announcing it's time to leave. The hotel confrontation awaits. The arranged meeting is set at the prestigious DS Hotel in Gangbuk District. Famous for its greenery and river views, it's a place of history and tradition. Her mother's art lived here. As they arrive, the staff bows to guide them. Raya knows her father won't be the only predator attending this dinner. Her manipulative aunt and cousin are likely waiting in the shadows to strike. Inside, they encounter her aunt immediately. She smiles, saying her father is late. Then, with a voice of fake honey, she claims she missed Raya after all this time. Raya remains a statue of ice. The woman insists they must stay in touch. Without missing a beat, she body shames Raya, noting her height makes weight obvious. She offers backhanded advice, telling her to take better care of her beauty. She compares Raya to her own cute daughter, insisting Raya must stay thin. Raya sees the mask. Then, her cousin Lee Sion enters, blushing at 𝑭𝒂𝒌𝒆. Flustered and trembling, she stammers an apology for not greeting the dangerous man sooner. 𝒂𝒌 studies her with a smirk, sensing her strange, frantic energy. She leans in close, claiming she remembers their broken engagement from years ago. Raya treats it as a joke, but her cousin is dead serious. Beneath her laughter, Raya knows her cousin is far too blunt to lie. Sean's face is an open book. 𒂃 watches as she promises total silence. His eyes turn cold, sensing a hidden threat behind her desperate words. He counters instantly, asking if he should reveal her secrets in return. Her mother intervenes, insisting it was just a simple wish to reconnect. With a deceptive, gentle voice, she mentions their 10-year-old arranged marriage, but 𒂃 remains an unreadable fortress. He recalls no engagement, only someone pathetically begging him for a favor once. His sharp words crush the woman's fake smile into a mask of shock. Raya senses the shift, searching 𒂃's face for the truth behind this tension. He dismisses it as a misunderstanding, but Raya knows he's masking something dark. Prying further might expose dangerous secrets better left buried in the shadows. She chooses silence to protect him, fueling her cousin's burning, bitter resentment. The cousin stares in disbelief, accusing Raya of wearing a mask of indifference. She screams, demanding to know if Raya thinks she's making this up. Raya coldly admits it's true, then declares she simply doesn't care anymore. She clings to her mercenary husband, warning her cousin to stay away. Sean weeps, complaining that Raya has grown heartless and cruel. Her mother offers empty comfort, but the fragile peace is about to shatter. Rage explodes as insults fly, until the door suddenly slams open wide. The chairman enters. The hostility vanishes instantly behind a practiced, submissive smile. She greets him with fake warmth, acting as if she just arrived. The chairman gives a cold nod, his sharp gaze scanning the entire room. He spots the girl's tears, his eyes narrowing into dangerous, icy slits. The mother blames Raya's harsh words for breaking her daughter's fragile heart. She laughs it off as a petty girl's squabble, hiding her fear. He turns to Raya, his silence demanding an explanation she refuses to give. With ironclad composure, she remains silent as tension suffocates the room. Suddenly, his hand strikes the woman's face with a violent, resounding crack. His voice is pure frost, reprimanding her for such thoughtless, pathetic behavior. The woman bows low, offering desperate apologies to both the father and daughter. Raya watches her tremble, offering a hollow, mocking question about her well-being. Disgust washes over her, aimed at the monster who orchestrated this theater. To the world, he's a protective father, but Raya knows the truth. He never forgives a single mistake, moving with calculated, terrifying intent. Under the mask of a savior, he systematically isolates her, cutting away anyone who dares to get close. She fears for 𒂃's safety, forcing herself to break the heavy silence. She begs her father to stop, reminding him of their true purpose here. She weaponizes his pride, forcing him to maintain his perfect public facade. The intruders retreat, leaving Raya and her dangerous husband alone at last. Dinner is served, but the air remains thick with unspoken, dark secrets. He offers her flowers with a chillingly casual grin, acting as if they are family. But as the scent hits her, her body screams in terror. A cold shiver crawls down her spine. Her stomach twists as a wave of pure nausea crashes over her. Breath hitches in her throat. The air turns to lead as that suffocating floral stench chokes her lungs. She has to escape this nightmare now. But before she can bolt, a massive, warm hand clamps around hers. 𒂃. His grip is a steel cage of protection, anchoring her with a calm, dangerous smile. Shattering the heavy silence, he begins to speak. He casually weaponizes memories of her mother to provoke the chairman. With a tone far too steady for comfort, he declares Raya the final legacy her mother left behind. 𒂃 smirks, mocking the simplicity of this meeting. He asks the chairman if he knows he's an orphan with nothing to lose. The chairman nods coldly, noting that 𒂃 was surprisingly blunt during their phone call. Shifting the tension, Her father asks if his daughter is finally feeling stable today. She fires back, claiming she is perfectly fine now that she has found a man she truly loves. He demands she return to the hospital immediately. Raya's refusal is sharp, cutting through his false concern. "Did you imagine I broke your finger?" She slams her chair back, eyes blazing at his audacity to deny the truth. 𝒂𝒌𝒆 rises like a shadow, suggesting they step outside to settle things over a cigarette. Watching through the feed, Chojang complains that his eyes are burning from the intensity of the drama. Guan smirks. His high-tech, ultra-thin lens captures every micro-expression of their prey with perfect clarity. Cho reports the security is laughable. Just a few guards armed with pathetic gas guns. They have the upper hand. Yet Guan wonders, who is the real monster here, Raya or her father? As long as the chairman keeps talking, they might finally bleed the truth out of him. Back in the lion's den, the chairman reveals that 𝒂𝒌𝒆 is a ghost with a fabricated past. "Who the hell are you?" he demands. Guan doesn't blink. "I am simply the man who is taking your daughter away from you." Dropping the act, the chairman admits he despises him. He asks the mercenary to see this from a father's perspective. Guan agrees. "If I were you, I would never trust a killer like me with my daughter either." Yet, the chairman sighs, accepting the union since Raya has already chosen her poison. Then comes the trap. He proposes they both move into his mansion immediately. Guan saw this coming. Is that a request? Or a prison sentence for a newlywed couple? "Don't be so hostile," the chairman sneers. "Prove your love for Raya by trusting her father." He claims Raya is broken, a mental patient whose stories are nothing but sick, lingering delusions. "Shut your mouth," Guan growls, towering over him. "Did you break her finger or not?" Silence hangs heavy before the chairman blames Raya's fractured memory for her fantasies. He claims she was obsessed with her mother's art and simply tripped, injuring herself by accident. Because she could no longer paint, she supposedly poisoned her mind with lies against him. Guan's answer is a lightning-fast strike. The chairman's head snaps back from the impact. Guards swarm in, but Guan is a whirlwind of violence. He dismantles the entire security detail in seconds. "This is your best security?" he scoffs. Then he mockingly apologizes for letting his reflexes get carried away. Guan's gaze turns lethal. "I genuinely like Raya, and I will believe every single word she says." He refuses to set foot in that house. He can smell the guilt on the chairman from here. "Let's make a bet," Guan challenges. "Prove you are innocent, if you even can." 𝒂𝒌𝒆 stalks out of the room, leaving pure chaos in his wake. Chojang freaks out over the assault. Guan ignores him, asking about the reinforcements delayed in their entry. He orders Mei to dissect the chairman's story. Find the rot beneath every single word he spoke. The man is a professional liar, yet a sliver of truth remains hidden in his claims. Chojang hesitates. Digging this deep means crossing into dangerous, illegal territory they can't uncross. Guan's eyes turn dark. "Search the hospital. I am going to tear that place apart myself very soon." He agrees, noting Guan's usual icy composure despite the provocations thrown his way. But tonight, he is acting purely on dangerous impulse. Ignoring him, Guan ends his shift, delaying their discussion until tomorrow's sunrise. Deep down, he knows when it comes to Lua, his iron control simply vanishes. It is maddening. He is being provoked by every move she makes. Entering her room, their eyes meet. A sudden, inexplicable surge of desire grips him. A dark question haunts his mind. What exactly does he want from her? Discarding the thought, he tells her the meeting is over. We are leaving. Inside the car, Raya's mind is a storm of agonizing, unanswered questions. His past, her father's secrets, she simply lacks the courage to ask him. Instead, she invites him for ramen, totally oblivious to its suggestive, hidden meaning. He calls her out, asking why she keeps sending such dangerous, misunderstood signals. Confused, she wonders about the ramen. He asks if she even watches movies. She only watches action. He sighs, warning her never to say that to others. She nods. Later, over spicy ramen, he admits the heat is almost manageable. She giggles, calling him cute. He freezes. After dinner, she suggests a drink. He leads her upstairs. She hesitates, remembering his warning that this floor is dangerous. He leans in, whispering that she is safe as long as he is there. She enters, gasping at an arsenal of weapons, a scene from a blockbuster movie. Curious, she asks if he can use them. He smirks, offering a demonstration. Panicked, she declines. The air shifts as they discuss the man 𝒂𝒌𝒆 destroyed. He asks if she is shocked. To her, sparing a blood enemy is stranger. He agrees, though he coldly clarifies they were once his own family members. A heavy silence follows before she asks about the deal with her father. Does he think she is delusional? The fear of being seen as broken haunts her. Guan scoffs, dismissing her father's words as nothing but irrational, manipulative nonsense. His gaze drops to her broken finger, asking for the dark truth behind it. She confesses she was caught painting in secret, a forbidden passion her father hated. He claimed he feared losing her, but his love was just a golden prison. She does not believe him. No father throws their daughter into a mental ward. The irony bites deep. Her life before her mother's death is a complete void. Childhood is a blur, yet the moment her mother vanished is burned into her. Is her obsession with art a desperate struggle to reclaim her lost, shattered memories? Her hand aches with a primal, instinctive need to create something real, yet a dark, terrifying compulsion screams at her to stop at all costs. Her father always asked why she chased memories that only brought her agony. But the truth is buried there. She must know why it happened to her. Feeling like a fool without answers, she remains certain. She will draw him. Guan leans forward, his piercing gaze locking hers in a suffocating magnetic hold. She calls his eyes beautiful. He only offers a dark, dangerous smirk. He cannot give her his eyes, but he offers something much more intimate. The tension snaps as he moves closer, claiming her lips in a sudden kiss. Later, 𝒂𝒏𝒈 whispers against her ear, commanding her to stop moving at once. With a predatory edge, he warns that if they continue, she will not survive. She screams internally, wondering how this heartless monster can say such scandalous things. Dragging herself from sleep, she reaches for a smoke, wondering if he is the one who lit it. Ignoring her question, he probes if last night is a total blur before temptingly offering her a puff. As the cigarette rests in her hand, a hazy, long-forgotten memory begins to flicker to life. She recalls the blistering sun and a young boy hiding in the sweltering, sparse patches of shade. He looked so fragile, his frame covered in bruises as if one touch would shatter him completely. His face is lost to the darkness, yet his playful words linger like a ghostly, unsolved riddle. But before the mystery unfolds, her mother's haunting face suddenly tears through her fragile mind. Agony surges through her, forcing a scream that 𝒂𝒏𝒈 instantly silences by grabbing her trembling hand. His eyes burn with rare concern, demanding to know if she's truly all right. Struggling for air, she confesses her mother's final moment acts as a wall, blocking all other memories. Despite the visible shaking, she puts on a brave face and assures him she is fine. Desperate to change the subject, she blames the booze for her reckless behavior from the night before. He is not buying it, asking what she truly regrets. She fears their fragile bond is breaking. Her heart betrays her. She knows the truth that their entire marriage is nothing but a contract. The uncertainty is suffocating, yet 𝒂𝒏𝒈 remains as unshakable and composed as a mountain. He tells her there is no need for fear. He never intended for this to be real. Standing tall, he offers a hand, suggesting they return to their professional and distant roles. His voice is chillingly calm, as if their shared intimacy meant absolutely nothing at all. Before turning his back to leave, he tells her to rest while he handles his deadly business as a soldier for a while. During training, his partner May calls, noting the dark cloud hanging over his stoic face. He brushes it off, but May shifts to the heavy data she has finally uncovered for him. The files are transferring slowly, but Choi jumps onto the call to speed up the investigation. Choi notices 𝒂𝒏𝒈's intense gaze, questioning if something happened with his little client, Rhea. Dying of curiosity, she presses him to explain if this relationship is more than just work. He shuts them down instantly, insisting it is strictly business before urging them back to the mission. May directs him to page 3, where a sinister truth about Rhea's past begins to emerge. Rhea did not just find her mother. She was a witness to the entire gruesome tragedy. Her mother had bound her with rope, forcing her to watch the final, fatal act of despair. The reason for such cruelty remains a mystery the chairman has kept buried from the world. The trauma was so immense, it rendered Rhea a silent prisoner within her own mind. Her amnesia was no accident. It was her mind's only way to survive the ultimate horror. With her powerful father burying the evidence, the police investigation vanished like smoke in the wind. But one chilling detail remains. Her former doctor turned up dead shortly after her hospital release. Loving this dark webtoon recap? Drop a comment for part 2 right now. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more obsession-filled stories. See you next time. Music.